This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Y'all, we're doing a morning podcast, a different energy.
Yeah, 9:30 a.m. Woo woo.
Can you? Of course, it was supposed to be 9, and I woke up and I was like, "Can we push it a half hour?"
And I assumed, so we were all good.
I appreciate it. So we are doing coffee talk type of. This might get weird, but I also have another beverage announcement.
Oh, what?
I'm a water glass girly now.
You got one of those things, the
Yetis. So I know.
Yep.
I think the big one is the Stanley Cup.
That's what it's called?
Well, no. There's a brand called Stanley.
Okay.
And that's the one that all the like true water girlies
that I see walking around. It's the new accessory. I've been very convinced. I've been thinking, should I get one?
Right. I didn't want to be basic. I saw this one thing that was so funny though. It was like a woman who's known for always having her Stanley water cup.
Yeah.
Like someone got custom cookies made for her birthday, but the bakery got it wrong and just made like hockey Stanley cups.
It's great. Great.
But so the other day I was talking to Chip and I was like, I gotta drink more water. I just gotta.
We all do. Yeah.
Everyone needs to.
Basic health 101.
Yeah, the body makeup, etc. And I said, I was like, look, the times I drink water the most, it's been like when I'm on set and they're like, we're not doing plastic bottles. Here's your water bottle for the day.
Yeah.
So I was like, why am I not doing it? So guys, I'm a basic bitch. I got a 32-ounce tumbler.
Nice.
Full of ice cold tap H2O.
Nice.
Let's do this.
This is like, isn't this a thing that like truck drivers and like people, maybe it's a regional Southern thing too, that like they carry like big iced teas and Gatorades or Mountain Dews or whatever in like these big ass cups. And now the girlies have repurposed it for their own millennial health.
The girlies are always coming after the truck driver fashion.
Yeah, true. I mean, trucker hats.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, and maybe that's where it stops.
Truck nuts. We get
truck nuts for the girlies.
Really. So
I got to get on board. I was at Target yesterday and I saw an entire shelf of them.
Really?
And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I haven't committed, but...
Do you drink a lot of water?
I try to drink.
What's your method? Are we talking bottles? Are we talking, do you have your favorite go-to glass in your house?
Yeah, I just drink out of a glass that I refill over and over, but it gets boring. You got to zhuzh it up a little bit. So I think maybe but I also like, that feels like you track better how much you drink all day.
I think so too, because here's why. It stays cold.
Yeah.
The ice will stay in there the whole time.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm really trying to do it. I'm deciding now, because right now we have a Virgin Yeti.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I dare put a sticker on it.
That's what I was going to say. Are you going to customize it in any way?
As I wear my Blink 182 hoodie zip up, I'm like, Chip always says I brainwashed him whenever he like realizes he's holding a tiny hairless dog. Larry, he'll be like, wait a second, I got brainwashed. And now I'm like wearing a Blink 182 sweatshirt being like, should I put some stickers on my water bottle?
Well, that's our decals still in. You know, people put stickers on their laptops and stuff. Is that still a thing?
I think so.
I never got into it. I never could commit to something.
The only sticker I have is the Calvin and Hobbes pissing on our podcast logo.
Which is great. If you're going to do one, that's the one to do.
Anywho.
Oh, man.
Big water news, you guys.
By the way, I wanted to say that last week when you gave me that beautiful piece of art, the calendar of hot priests from Rome, I got so many messages from people being like, I know that calendar.
Really?
That's a thing. Yeah. One of the first ones I got was, this is an every year thing. And my mom and aunt have been exchanging hot Roman priest and hot French firefighter calendars for as long as I can remember. And I'm 31.
Wow.
So thank you for such a legendary piece of calendar art.
My question with that calendar was, and we might have brought it up last week, is, are they able to find 12 new hot priests a year, or are there repeat priests?
Oh, I think someone was saying it's the same pictures every year. Or like the similar, because it does look like, I mean, some of them look like they've been taken at the priest's equivalent of like VidCon from a distance, that like someone caught a priest walking through a courtyard and he's talking to other people.
There's like priest paparazzi.
Yeah.
Oh my, okay, French firefighters.
Firefighters.
Are there like Croatian paramedics? Like, I want to see the Japanese janitors, baby.
Yeah, please. I would love it. Yeah, like the Irish history teachers or something.
Ooh, I love it. I do think at some point, me and you need a calendar.
We've talked about this, haven't we?
We've talked about it before because we went to JCPenney's and got pictures done as our aunts and as just goth people.
Yes. we just dabbled. No, because it was Halloween.
It was Halloween and we were making stuff for the perv boxes for Patreon. And we told this story of how like ridiculous it was before. Yeah. But it was a lot of work. And so I think we've talked about doing a calendar and been like, it seems like a lot of work. But I feel like it'd be a shame to not do one at one point in our life. At some
point, I think we should look into it. Because I don't know if people use calendars as much anymore. Maybe they do.
I feel like they're a gift that you just go... It's almost like a greeting card where you're like, thanks, that's so fun. And then like,
thank you for this thing I can't, of good conscience, throw away. Thank you for this moral dilemma that you gifted me.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the calendar biz has probably taken a dip.
Yeah.
But it's still...
Because everyone's like bullet journaling and stuff.
Oh, what's a bullet journal?
I don't know exactly.
It's an intense name.
Right? It's like this style of journaling where it involves like very... unique and personal like doodles in a way. Like,
oh yes, I've seen our friend Francesca make them.
They look great.
I don't have time.
So maybe a calendar is more your speed.
Maybe I'll be a girl who just carries around a full size. Like if you're like, oh, well, can you do lunch on Thursday? I'll be like, let me bust out. Let me bust out my Portuguese street sweeper, hottest street sweeper calendar and see what's up.
Perfect.
Oh man, I've got the thing going on today. You know when you buy new shorts or pants and you're like, well, the first 6 hours are going to be rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing that.
I know. Well, we've also entered into shorts weather, which
finally
I put on a pair of shorts the other day and it was like trying them on for the first time in my life. Shorts.
You were like, these are what the legs look like?
I was like, these knees are getting a breeze right now. What's going on?
These knees are getting a breeze.
But it did feel like I've been in full, I say this as I'm wearing a sweatshirt and jeans today, but it felt
It'll
like.
be July this weekend and Grace comes over full sweats and jeans.
Hello. It was like letting the leg bears out of hibernation for the first time.
That said, two things. One, so I bought some new shorts yesterday, and so now I'm breaking them in.
Nice.
We'll say.
Yeah.
But so I'm doing the thing where they're a little tight, but I'm sitting here just kind of like pushing my stomach out and in.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of doing reps to stretch them. And wearing a big shirt so no one can see the muffin top. But then also, speaking of busting out your legs for the first time, we know this. I've said this before. I'm really bad at shaving my knees.
Yeah, same.
And there's certain parts of my ankles that seem to be eluding me.
Yeah.
The other day I was sitting there with Chip and we were in the sun and I was like, has that one hair ever been shaved on my ankle? Has he escaped the razor for 30 years?
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing too, is that I just don't feel like shaving my legs.
Well, you're married.
Exactly.
Who cares?
Exactly. Except when you go and you see your own legs in the sun and you're like, this would be nice without this delicate dance of fuzz in just patches. Not even like a consistent coat.
No, because from a distance, I'm not a super hairy person. Like the hairs are blondish.
Yeah,
you know.
same.
But yesterday I was going to hang out with Flula.
Yeah.
And we were going to a movie, and I was going to be in like a skirt, and I was like, oh right, I should hit my knees up. So it's just so I didn't just look like, oh, she's got shaved legs, except for those blonde, like tufts, those islands.
Yeah, no, that's if I do shave my legs, I only go to like top of knees. So when I put on shorts, I was like, oh, there's an entire region from knee to mid thigh that is all hair and the rest of the leg is smooth.
Totally.
This is a confusing little bob happening on my upper thigh.
I wish I could be one of those girlies who just doesn't do it, just
one step at a time.
Just a water mug, hairy legged girl. So
have you seen
what?
Where it's the year. Speaking of calendar years,
okay,
the ugliest dog contest happened.
Let me tell you a little piece of info.
I got to hear what you're thinking.
Okay, well, first of all, I believe Scooter is who won.
Scooter, Chinese crested.
Of course, they crush.
With backwards hind legs.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Which I'd like to see Scooter walk.
He can't.
Oh, shit. Well, then we all would like to.
Yeah, exactly.
But if there's
Join
a
the club.
miracle. Oh, right, because Scooter has the wheels. That's why he scoots.
Yeah, I think so. He's a 7-year-old Chinese crested.
7? He's
7-year-old.
only 7?
Yeah.
Beans is double his age.
I know, that's why. Well, 7. Yeah, he's 7. Second place was claimed by Wild Thing, 4th-time competitor who we remember from last year.
I remember Wild Thing. He was just a walking mop.
Yeah, they say in this. I forget what article I found this. A resilient 7-year-old Pekingese. Wild Thing. And 3rd place went to Harold Bartholomew.
Okay.
A 16-year-old Chihuahua.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I can picture that. The thing is about Wild Thing, he was there last year, is that he doesn't give up. I feel like Wild Thing has never clinched the crown.
Yeah.
Wild Thing is the Raquel of beauty pageants.
Oh, he's a bridesmaid.
Gonna age out at some point. At one point, do you go, look, when are you gonna accept you're not that ugly?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
go to therapy. Here's your prize. Therapy, Wild Thing.
When did we find out that Wild Thing's been having a sordid affair with Mr. Happy Face just to get some screen time at the contest?
Mr. Happy Face.
You should know what that means already. That's the best kind of notification. That is the sound of another sale on Shopify and the moment another business dream becomes a reality. Shopify is the commerce platform revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide. Whether you're selling socks or socks for dogs, Shopify simplifies selling online and in person so you can focus on successfully growing your business of socks for dogs. Shopify covers every sales channel from an in-person POS system to an all-in-one e-commerce platform. It even lets you sell across social media marketplaces like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Ever heard of them? Packed with industry-leading tools ready to ignite your growth, Shopify gives you complete control over your business and your brand without having to learn any new skills in design or code. Amazing. And thanks to 24/7 help and an extensive business course library, Shopify is there to support your success every step of the way. What's incredible to me about Shopify is how, no matter how big you want to grow, they're there to empower you with the confidence and control to revolutionize your business and take your business to the next level. Now it's your turn to get serious about selling and try Shopify today. This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/weird, all lowercase. Again, go to shopify.com/weird, all lowercase, to take your business to the next level today. Again, shopify.com/weird, all lowercase.
Okay, so about 4 months ago, I guess, I had emailed our contact at World's Ugliest Dog Contest and said, like, what a great time we had, that we'd love to come back. Also, if they were thinking about maybe having someone else host, like we would really put in the time and make it fun and unique and like selling us once again. You know, we've been there. When we were there last year, we knew a lot of the judges were repeat offenders, you know? And so I've had this in my notes forever.
Oh, no.
So I send it, and the lovely lady we met with last year and who showed us around, they were like, oh, she's actually no longer here, but this is the new contact. I'd be happy to talk to you, you know, on a different thread.
Okay.
I'm the CEO now.
Whoa.
I'm the CEO. So anyway, so I respond over there and basically reiterate what I've said before, and she responds back and says, like, I'm, you know, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for the kind words.
Yeah.
And I quote, she says, I'll share your email with the team, but we met the other day and developed a list of judges that lean towards celebrities. If something changes and we are looking for judges, we will reach back. So I was shook. So I responded.
I guess that hurts.
I responded, no problem. For what it's worth, based on last year, Grace and I were definitely the largest of celebrities of the judges.
Oh, shit. Give a little zing right back.
I mean,
Wow. I mean, you could have just said, hey, we're looking in a different direction. That we're looking for actual celebrities. And I looked up who the judges were this year.
Me too. Can I tell you, audience listening?
Not bitter.
Not bitter. But One of them, I'm not gonna. You can Google, but it's like no shade, no whatever.
Yeah.
But like one of them is like a news correspondent who's like occasionally on NBC News, but like
Gotti Schwartz.
But main claim to fame is he runs a news thing on Snapchat.
On their Snapchat.
On Snapchat. There's a former Miss California.
Miss California 2022.
There is the member of the Sonoma County Board of Supervisors. And there is Brian Sobel, who we sat beside last year. He wore that like Margaritaville hat.
Yeah.
He just owns a communications company. And I think he like donates.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he was the Today Show.
No, he was trying to be a wisecracker.
A lot of them
So I have been waiting to see this reveal of celebrities that we got shafted for, and I'm not bitter, and I'm also just going to be like, guys, we brought you more social media last year than I've ever seen at this dog contest. It's fine, but the way they phrased it of like, we're actually leaning towards celebs, I was like, okay,
That
well, I'll
feels
go
like-
fuck myself.
That feels like it's supposed to hurt. So,
I was shook.
I'm supposed to go, oh, thank you for clarifying. I feel better and more confident in myself now and can go do whatever the fuck this non-celebrity was up to before.
I was like, you know who's had more Today Show appearances than Mr. Happy Face? Me and Grace.
We don't fit their demo, though. A Miss California contestant is...
Little kids are going to want to take pictures with her, I guess.
And like the older demos know of a beauty pageant. They don't know what
a podcast
YouTube is.
I was sure. I remember like every couple of weeks I've just in my head went leaning towards like waking up at night in a cold sweat, leaning towards celebrities. And I was like, well, I'm really glad we got in there once before this new CEO came in like a wrecking ball.
By the way, we didn't get paid anything for this.
No, it was completely out of pocket.
Yeah. So I don't know. I had a great time for what it was.
Me too.
It looked
I didn't want to taint it, but I had to tell you. Once I saw it happen again, I was like, I have to tell her how hilarious this exchange was.
I wanted to ask because I was like, did we ever reach out? I forget if we followed up with them. But also, it looked like they had a different host, like an older.
Really?
It looked like an older woman.
Oh.
Just like with the microphone on stage. So it wasn't our dude in all black head to toe that I could see from some of the video clips.
Look, the fact is, I love the ugliest dog contest.
It's great.
I do think they need a lot of rebranding. A lot of people are real offended by the word ugly. I don't think, I'm not offended by it. I've been called it for years. Just kidding. But I do think, I'm not sure if there is an element to it that like donates a lot of money to like dog shelters or charities or, you know.
I'm not totally sure. I know
wheelchairs for dogs.
I know that the first prize is like $1,500.
Yeah,
so
which we spent more to get up there individually.
What I mean. All of these dogs are flying in themselves. I think Scooter is from Arizona, I think. So maybe they drove, but they're paying to get these super like special needs dogs to this location, which these dogs are not bred for travel.
They're not.
So there's like a high risk scenario to win $1,500. I think the prize should be higher.
Me too.
But that's just my personal opinion.
My opinion too. And so that's what happened, Grace.
Yeah, I'm glad to get that clarified because I was like, oh, shoot, my stepdad, I was talking to my parents yesterday. My stepdad just chimes in while my mom's on the phone in the back just being like, did you see the ugliest dog? It's like one of Mamrie's dogs. Oh, because it's Chinese crested.
I know.
I was like, oh, Phil, I'll let her know. I'm sure she knows.
Oh, let me tell you what, Grace. Speaking of the future of these pups.
Yeah.
Larry, he doesn't have a lot of teeth. You know, and that's just a part of the breed. We didn't know we didn't see his teeth before we adopted him, but he's got like back ones and like some front ones. And I told you he has gap teeth.
Yeah.
I'll have to put a picture up. He's a true tiny Michael Strahan. I'm always like, that's my gap tooth boy. But he doesn't really have teeth on the side or they're nubbed down. And then when I was getting like a health certificate for Larry to travel, she was like, you're going to want to start brushing these bad boys. And I knew that just because his breath smells like tinned fish.
Yeah.
He his breath smells like a cartoon like fish skeleton that Heathcliff would pull out of the garbage.
Yeah.
You know? It's a vibe. He yawns, you duck.
Potent.
But more and more he's yawning, doing his little licks. He does little licks. and on the side, you see the tongue starting to poke through.
It's gonna make an appearance soon.
It's inevitable. I mean, Chip got the brush. He got, like the little finger condom.
Yeah.
That's the toothbrush. But he's always like, if I walk in and you're tugging on that tongue. Because he knows I'm team like any day
Let
now.
it out.
I'm like, are you there, Goddess Me Margaret? I'm sitting there being like, just waiting for the boobs to come in. He's like, I'm just waiting for that tongue one day for him to lick his nose and it stays out.
And it's up. There it is.
So we got a future in that one.
I can't wait. Oh, little Larry. We love him.
Oh man. Okay. What's our next topic? Because mine are all over the place.
Same with me. I was reading this, which was relevant to my interest right before I left the house, about people have been commenting on the TJ Maxx and Target laxative effect. When you go in these stores, you immediately feel like you have to shit your pants.
I've heard of this before.
Yeah. So I was reading up on this because I was like, ooh, I relate to that.
Yeah.
For me, however, it is Target and it's also
Really?
Michael's.
Well, hold on. You went to Target yesterday. Did you have to poop?
I went to Target 3 times yesterday.
Why?
I have a tiny Target near me that I was
I know,
trying to
but
get
now it's getting out of hand, girl.
Look, I had to pick up a prescription, so I went at 8 a.m. The pharmacy's not open till 9 a.m. And then I went to get my prescription, and I was like, oh, this tiny Target doesn't have the other stuff that I was looking for. I was like cleaning up my outdoor patio space and looking for new string lights and stuff.
Oh, look at you.
I drove
cute.
10 minutes to a bigger Target. It was just like, this is a bit neurotic, but here we go.
No, your tiny Target, this is the only time I've seen a tiny Target that wasn't in the middle of a downtown where there just isn't enough real estate. But it's kind of like the Trader Joe's effect where you're like, I know I'm going to Trader Joe's, but I also know I'm going to have to go by a regular grocery store to get the 4 things Trader Joe's doesn't have.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good for the quick things, but then if you want anything else, you go somewhere else. But this has been making the rounds on TikTok that a user whose video is now viral is talking about the sudden urge to shit while shopping at TJ Maxx.
Wow.
And 10,000 commenters could relate. And even a TJ Maxx employee said, as an associate without the privilege of an associate bathroom, we are very well aware and you're not alone.
Wow.
And some of the theories, because this was a BuzzFeed article that I was looking at. So they interviewed an actual doctor, a quadruple board certified doctor in internal medicine, gastroenterology, obesity medicine, and lifestyle medicine. Because everyone's speculating, why is this?
Is it psychosomatic?
Right. Is it something with the lighting? Is it the odors? Is it just general excitement?
Or are they playing smooth music, but when you just said excitement, it's true. Are you going in there and it's such a crapshoot?
Yeah.
Once again, every time I say crapshoot or crapshoot, still haven't Googled it. Every time. But do you walk in and your sphincter is there's so much possibility.
Yeah, I get so excited. It's not always having to shit. It's definitely having to pee. A little kid that gets excited about something. I can feel the potential of possibility in these stores, especially TJ Maxx and Marshalls, because stores like that, you don't know what the inventory is.
You don't know if you're going to walk up there and be like, wow, I wanted that at full price.
Right.
I'm getting it for 10, or if you're going to be like, this is a really nice candle.
Right. They're like a scratch off ticket of a store.
Totally.
Where it's am I going to win this time? And that thrill does move my bowels.
Okay.
But this doctor said that basically our gut is called our second brain. So there's millions of nerves in our GI tract. So yeah, it can be chalked up to the idea that some people have anxiety going into a store. So there's that possibility.
Okay.
Other people go and it's super relaxing. It's the first time that they get out of a busy house and they can go to a store by themselves. And if you feel like you're at home in these stores, you're more than likely to relax enough to have a bowel movement.
That's true.
And there's Starbucks in these stores. So obviously the added caffeine moves the shit in your body. And then in this article, when they were saying, so people may grab a coffee and caffeine can definitely accelerate your gut motility. Then there was just a picture of Rosanna Pansino drinking a coffee in this article. I was
BuzzFeed really. It's
they
like
just grab any random. They must all have folders on their desktops of just like images that they'll throw up for different emotions in different articles. But
once
it's
a
just
year.
so random. It's just like a screen grab from like a still.
It's a still?
It looks like it's a still from like a video she did of her just sort of drinking coffee.
oh my! It's like there aren't better coffee pics. I mean, once a year, BuzzFeed tags me in worst tattoos ever. Tattoos that tattoo artists hate to do, and it's always just me lifting up the mustache tattoo. And the mustache tattoo slander has got to stop.
Yeah.
But this is very interesting.
Yeah, this doctor went on to say that like different senses can get overstimulated or relaxed. So if the fluorescent lighting or the music or the actual scent of the store can either like give you anxiety, make you to shit, or relax you. And you feel like, my bowels can work effectively now. So they also wrapped it up by saying they don't think pooping in Target is necessarily a sign of something more serious going on.
Oh, well, thank you, quadruple board certified gastroenterologist. I want you guys to go to a TJ Maxx today and see if you gotta go.
I'm also curious for people. This is I think a fun conversation starter. Like, what stores do it for you?
Right.
Is it like if you go into a pet store, what's that feeling?
Pet stress.
No, exactly.
You know why I have immediate stress in a pet store? It's because I know somewhere in there, there's hamsters and mice.
Yeah.
Because
you wouldn't need to go in there.
If I go into a PetSmart, let's say I got to get Beans like a new Hawaiian shirt. I don't know.
Yep.
I go in there like I used to go wait for the subway, where I go in there and it's almost like I put on an invisible blinder to that side of the store because I know at any moment I could just make direct eye contact with my enemy.
Yeah.
It's like I get in and get out. Yeah. Absolutely. The quickest way possible. I'd say relaxing stores in like the same vibe is like a World Market.
That's what I was going to say too. Yeah.
You know, it's got a little bit of everything. I would say the store that there isn't one that I'm like, that store makes me have to shit.
Yeah.
But if there is one that I kind of have that memory with, it's Barnes and Nobles. And that's because that was the only place to like use the bathroom, public restrooms in Manhattan when we lived there.
So there's another theory within this mix called the Mariko Aoki phenomenon.
Who is she?
Steve's sister? I don't know. Which specifically addresses the need to poop in bookstores. Experts believe that the act of, quote, slowing down or even the position of sitting down to read could possibly be the reason you have to run to the bathroom and the second you enter Barnes & Noble.
Wow. Well, because when I think about it, like I have really nice memories tied to bookstores. I mean, like smaller ones, but even when I was in high school, my mom, she was a teacher, but she would always be working like an additional job. Like she bartended at like a chain restaurant called TK Trips for a while, which the idea of my mom bartending at like basically at Chili's is so funny to me.
I mean, I'm glad that she's moved on, but God, I would love to saddle up and order a few drinks.
I would love it. And also because it's like she was a teacher during the day. So could you imagine going to dinner with your parents and being like, Mrs. whatever her last name was at the time, bartends here?
I feel like that's like a coming of age comedy film.
Totally. But then also she for a while worked at a Borders bookstore.
Yeah.
And so I would like, it was near the mall. And I remember being in high school and being like, well, let me go say hi to my mom. And you like walk in. And so like that chain bookstore, it'd be like, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
They have wonderful coffee.
Yeah.
You know, they had like the coffee shop in the middle. Get a little biscotti.
Oh,
I mean,
that's the only place for it, in my opinion.
I've never had a piece of biscotti that was not in a massive big box chain bookstore.
Yes, 100%. I've never even thought about it outside of that environment. That's only to be eaten in that specific environment.
I was just in Italy for a week. Didn't see one biscotti.
Nope.
Were biscottis a big box bookstore phenomenon?
They really cornered that market for sure.
A little white chocolate drizzle.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
it's a tooth breaker. They're teeth breaking.
It's just, hard bread with sugar on it.
I gotta start giving Larry biscottis. Anyway,
start cracking those teeth.
So like whenever I go into those, there is a moment where I'm like, oh, remember that like one tiny little, who knows, 6-9 month period of time where like my mom was there
That's
and like
sweet.
coffee, and she'd like buy me a coffee. So they relax my sphincter.
Yeah, I agree with you. Anytime I was in a bookstore, I felt like I had to go. It's also because the bathrooms are readily available.
Yeah.
They're clean. They're open. So it's like all signs point to go.
Also, yeah, you know that like hooligans aren't coming in there to trash the bathroom.
Exactly. I always wondered in those stores too, who's buying all of the trinkets that they have on all of the display tables towards the cash registers?
I feel like those kind of stores, like the calendars.
Yeah.
It's a good last minute, I don't know you that great
gift. Yeah.
But like I can find something for you.
Yeah.
I think it's a good grab all last minute spot for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, how are they moving this much inventory?
How are they moving these trinkets?
How are they moving these little carved boxes for nothing at all?
Y'all, sometimes when things are getting so much hype, whether it be like a TV show or a restaurant, I'm like, there's no way it's as good as people say it is. And I thought the same thing about Skims until I tried them. Y'all, I am obsessed. It is too good for me to keep to myself. Their bras and underwear are honestly game-changing, and I'm never gonna go back. Because Skims is creating the next generation of underwear for everybody. I have tried their bras, which let me tell you, when you normally get a bra that has a little bit of a push-up, I feel like it digs into my back, you know? Those underwires are trying a little too hard. But with Skims, honestly, it's comfortable all day. It feels like coming off after an hour is the same as coming off after 12 hours. Plus, they're super duper soft, and I'm always really conscious about when it digs into the back a little bit and you get that little, pinch or a little under the armpit boob. That doesn't happen here. The Fits Everybody collection of underwear and bras is super lightweight and molds to your body, okay? The buttery soft fabric stretches to twice its size, but without ever losing its shape, meaning you get the perfect fit every time. Their underwear are insane. I have the high-rise thong, and I'm gonna need it in every single color times a million. They're available in sizes extra, extra small to 4X, so believe the hype. The collection has nearly 90,000 five-star reviews for a reason, okay? The Fits Everybody collection and more perfect fit essentials are available now at skims.com. Plus, you get free shipping on orders over $75. So after you place your order, do us a favor. Be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Trust me, your back, your butt, everything is gonna thank you.
Okay, I have another physical phenomenon I want to talk about.
Yeah, please do.
This is the physical phenomenon. Okay, sorry, let me set up the sentence. When I was in Rome a couple of weeks ago.
You saw that Reductress headline?
Yeah. Oh, I posted it on my Instagram.
I sent it to you, yeah.
I posted it on my Instagram. It was like, friend going to Europe and you're really going to fucking hear about it or something. But so when I was there on our last day, I think I told you, we were all walked out. Yeah. So Jacqueline is a member of the Soho House. For you guys listening, it's like a membership only, like in the cities kind of thing. It's like a place to go to lunch or a meeting or study or whatever, and like you pay a fee. But a lot of them have a pool.
Yeah, it's like a rich person's YMCA.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. It's a bougie Y. So anyway, so we were like, she was like, let me just get like reservations at the pool. And do you want to just do that during the day? And then we'll go to dinner. I was like, perfect. Yes,
Smart.
I can't. I don't want any more culture. I just want to sit by a pool.
Yeah.
So we went and we're there, we're hanging out, we're doing our thing. And then these two girls come and sit beside us. And then one of the girls just starts sneezing a bunch. Right. And the friend beside her goes, oh, do you have like different they were American. She was like, oh, do you think you have like different allergies here? She goes, no, it's the sun.
What?
And I was like, what? She said it so confidently. And you could tell they were new friends. So the other girl didn't question her.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's the fucking sun? How is that the answer? So then I wrote it down and I Googled it. There is a thing called the photic sneeze reflex. PSR. It's a condition of uncontrollable sneezing episodes in response to bright light.
Whoa.
So I was like, how have I never heard of this? It says this reflex often manifests as a mild phenomenon, but may cause devastating consequences in some situations, like when you're driving your car. Anyway, long story short, this is a wide range, but 10 to 35% of the population has photic sneeze reflex.
35% seems like a decent chunk. That's
Isn't that crazy? So 94% of people who have it are white.
Okay.
And of that, 67% of them are women. So white women be sneezing at the sun, y'all.
Does this are you born with this, or does this develop over time?
I have not gotten that far.
And honestly, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, though, if we're going to experience this at some point in our lifetimes.
Well, I don't know if I have, and I just chalked it up to being outside and it being pollen.
Yeah, I've been sneezing a ton in my car, but I I assume that it's got dog. Wow. It's something with a crazier name than what I thought it was. Goose's hair.
Dog hair. No, it's oh my God, no! They're calling it the Achoo syndrome. It's
Who gets to name these?
I don't know, but they say like one of the first questions that pops up is like, can you be a pilot with photic sneeze?
Right.
And it says sudden and uncontrollable sneezing may pose a risk to pilots, military personnel, and people using heavy machinery. If you have it, exercise caution in environments where you could be exposed to bright light.
Whoa,
it's like a real thing.
It's like a disease of some kind? Like,
guess-
is it like narcolepsy where it's like you can't drive like heavy machinery and stuff?
Right. Like if you know that if the sun makes you sneeze, then yeah, you probably don't want to be, I don't know.
Get your beta blockers out.
I guess
Get
so.
get that sun out of here and go live in Seattle, I guess.
Right? But I heard that girl and I was like, who is this psychopath?
So
saying
specific.
the sun is making her sneeze. Oh yeah, buddy. About 10 to 35% of us have it.
Wow.
And 95% of that is Caucasians and 67% of that is women. So girl, you might be sneezing at the sun.
Oh man. Well, kudos to her for figuring out what it was, because sneezes are like embarrassing sometimes in public space. They're harmless, but if you're sneezing like that to the point that it's noticeable, then it's like, I hate this.
Look, did I tell you that on my flight back from Europe, for 95% of the flight, I thought I was sitting beside Anthony Fauci. I was texting people. I think I'm sitting beside Anthony Fauci.
No, I don't think you said it.
I go to get my seat, and there is a man in a mask beside me who it looks exactly like Anthony Fauci.
Whoa.
Like it was wild.
Okay.
To the point where, and then I was like, of course Anthony Fauci wouldn't sit first class. He's a man of the people. And like no one else is wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
To the point where he got up, took off his mask, and went to the bathroom and was standing there for a second. And I was like, is it?
Oh, so you saw his full face and still
But like I couldn't get online for a while. And I was like, it looks like Fauci. Like the nose is a little different, but also he retired. Maybe maybe he's settling into his face, to the point where like 2 rows behind me, the whole row was like, is that Anthony Fauci?
Oh, so other people were wondering.
I could hear the people 2 rows behind me. And then I was like, I'm vindicated. Like, but I like thought it with him having a mask on for like 6 hours. I was like, I'm beside Fauci. Right. So then he comes back, he sits down, like the meal comes out, he orders a red wine. I'm like, it's good for his heart.
Good for his heart, supposedly, even though people have very much said that's not true. There's like one study out of hundreds that had that kind of outcome and everyone ran with it.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, dark chocolate, you can snort it.
Great.
Antioxidants.
Done.
But so anyway, finally got the internet back on. I mean, I'm like... And I'm so, again...
How are you going to fact check this? Are you going to check his Instagram stories to see if it's like him being like,
girl, just so you know, whoever sat behind me saw me Google, where is Anthony Fauci right now? Anthony Fauci Twitter. Anthony Fauci Italy. And I was looking up looking up his name on Twitter, on Google. Does he have an Instagram? Like, the people beside me who couldn't see this man were like, what the fuck is up with this girl and Anthony Fauci?
Should we say something?
And so then, as I think I'm undiagnosed ADHD or something like that, I spent like 3 hours in my head going, excuse me, sir, how am I going to approach this? Yeah. I'm going to wait till we land because I don't want to make him uncomfortable.
And you don't, to ask anyone if they are the person in your head that you think they are, but you're not sure, you cannot give yourself empty space to be around them after you ask.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have to be able to have an exit strategy.
Because also, it's like what is it? Like a polarizing thing.
Yeah.
So like if he was like, oh, the man who faked an entire you know what I mean?
Right.
Like he'd be like, oh God.
He's like, what are your intentions of asking me?
Exactly. So I finally got the internet back, and the thing that made me realize like, oh no, it's not him, was he always wears a black digital watch. And this guy had a regular watch on.
Wow, that did it.
Like there's been news articles about how Fauci always has on his digital black watch, like a
Apple Watch?
Casio kind of thing.
Oh, that's his signature.
And this guy had on a classic.
Well, maybe he put on a different watch so he wouldn't get recognized.
Who knows the
Wow.
lore? Why did I start talking about anything? Oh, but so anyway, while I'm on the plane, I had a sneezing fit, and I was like, I can't sneeze around Fauci. I'm not wearing a mask. Like I was in my head, so I had to do the thing where you go like.
Oh my God. And you're wondering, like, is there a tiny gnome she's hiding in her mouth right now?
So that's all to say, I feel like sneezing feels good, whatever.
Yeah.
Having to muffle a sneeze might be one of my least favorite sensations.
Same. I agree with you.
It hurts.
It hurts. And then there's always a little extra squeak noise that happens that makes you go, why did I even try? Because people still know what's happening to my body.
Also, where does it go?
I know that's
Is this healthy?
I want to know the science of what happens when the sneeze gets swallowed back into the body.
Hey, Green, please
Help
let
us.
us know. Is holding in a sneeze bad for you the same way like holding in pee is?
Right. Does it, is there a UTI for your esophagus that happens?
Oh God. Also, maybe some people go into a TJ Maxx and it makes them sneeze because the lighting is different.
That's true.
You guys, this has been a very sciencey episode.
Learn lots about bodies and people and things. Oh my.
Oh my. Oh, wowie zowie.
Guys, don't forget, as always, that we have a Patreon, patreon.com/thismightgetweird.
It's super fun. We recently sometimes we do a little competition there where people can submit, and we recently did a summer hat one that was very fun.
So
Then
fun.
in addition to that, we had our aunts,
Yes.
Clitoris and Margaret Cho, judge the competition and have a video up. So there's all kinds of like fun
Yeah, and you're
things
doing
to do.
your barflies soon.
Gotta read this book. Once again, y'all, whenever we do a Barflies, I wait till the last week to actually read it. So if you're thinking about joining and go, I'm too far behind, you're not.
And also, you can join these live streams without having read the book. Like, you can
That's true.
participate in conversation, because it's not, at least when I've done it, we don't always talk about the book. Like, it'll go
Well,
off on tangents about other things.
There are tangents, however, since you do nonfiction, it's like easier to just go in with opinions. Like these we talk about, like who would we cast in the movie?
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know,
smart.
that kind of thing. But so we're going to do our Barflies for, I always forget the beach read, on the 8th, on July 8th. So you still have like over a week and a half to read it,
Nice.
said me to me.
Reminded myself real quick.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I think we should wrap it up. I also think me and you should walk into the sun right now and see if it makes us sneeze.
See which one of us has it.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get 3 people, because technically a third of the population has this.
You're a scientist.
No, I'm not. That's the one thing I know I'm not.
And let us know if you guys go into chain stores and have to shit this week.
Yeah, what store is it for you that tips the scales in the nether regions? Let us know.
Oh, this got weird.